Eric Keller here, Enthusiast Auto Group. Another beautiful day here in bright and sunny Cincinnati, Ohio, and we are at EAG's HQ. And this is going to be a bit of a fun freestyle video. It's going to be a one take, so bear with me. We're going to go over primarily that silver M5 there front and center. That is going to be an EAG First Look. There's actually going to be 7 EAG First Looks in this video, and probably some 20 odd or so EAG BMWs in total. It's going to be quite a fun one, so do buckle up. The car of interest today, of main focus, as I said, is that Repeat Visitor Titanium Silver 2002 M5 going through its third EAG round of rejuvenation. It's a 67,000 mile car that can be used, driven, and enjoyed, certainly with a bit more confidence than, say, a 10 or 20,000 mile car that's going to be more along the Garage Queen family. I'm going to come back to that car. We're going to maybe just take a lap here under the awning and go through a lot of the other first looks, like this 12,000 mile EAG Repeat Visitor Lightweight. This is a car that we sold several years ago, and it has returned, yet to already having been spoken for with another EAG Repeat client. Buying our cars back is going to be a theme of this video, as you're about to see with this Alpine White on Cinnamon. This is a 2005 M3 Competition. This interior is just to die for. It is a 25,000 mile car that EAG has gone through back in 2015, I believe. And as you can tell with the badge there on the back and the black muffler tips, it is got some Dynon goodies added. We've got an intake system, exhaust, and software, sitting at a whopping 25,249 miles. About every year removed from EAG, we're going to put about $1,000 to $2,000 worth of love back into the car. We got about a $7,500 catch-up ticket on this M5, having not seen it since about 2014 or 15. We'll go over that when we come back. Same amount, about $7,500 back into the white M3, the E46, after about 5 years removed. And it's just all update, catch-up stuff. 10-year service, all fluids, all filters, a full baseline reset with fresh tires like we installed on this 5,000 mile Z4M Coupe that is now sold, heading to what has become a repeat client up in northern Michigan. I say repeat client because he also bought back this, I guess would be another first look, but it's already too late because it's going with that M Coupe up to Michigan. This is a 72 2002 TII that EAG sold back in, again, about 2015 or so. And it was quick and easy, and in terms of finding another home for it, because pretty much the day we bought it is the day that we sold it, and so that one's a first look, but she's gone. Another first look on another repeat M5. This is a class of 2019. Was 25,000 miles, now is 27,000 miles on this carbon on black Sport Titan trim. It's a very late 2003. The VIN number there, as you'll see, is 93921. 93990 would be the last VIN of the E39 production globally, which was a North American car. So very late production. Nice interior. The interior on these sport cars just hold up really well, and this car really is a fantastic piece. Like the other M5s that are sitting all around it, because well, they're all sold too. Right there, tight to the building, is CF90412, heading to a new client in Chicagoland. Scott, congratulations. That is going to be a great car for you. 54,000 miles on that. This is an 11,000 mile Dynon Stage 2 EAG bought from the first owner many years ago, sold it to the 2 subsequent owners, and is going back to Florida after we do yet another update rejuve. This was a first look a couple weeks ago, Titanium Silver 2003. That's a Dynon Stage 1 Plus M5 that sold pretty much the day the video came out. Here to my left is the Blue Water Caramel. You've probably seen that video. That was a fun one to make, a really good driving video. That car also was pretty much spoken for within 24 hours of its EAG First Look video. Again, another Dynon Stage 1 Plus. So we've got 3 Dynon M5s, 2 S2s, or sorry, 2 S1s, and then an S2, and then an S2 Z8 that you also saw probably in that drive video when we picked it up in the Dayton area and drove it back. So a lot of Dynon hardware under the awning here today in process. This car is just an absolute blast to drive. I mean, I had a friend, a client from Louisville visit yesterday picking up his E39 that was going into Rejuve, and tossed him the keys, and he came back and just was thrilled with that driving experience, which I also had him drive this Lime Rock, which is another new arrival, another first look. This is a 6-speed, one owner with 24,000 miles that's just arrived. Cloth interior on this one. I will save the rest of the details for its video if it makes it that long. Those 6-speed Lime Rocks are really, really hard to find. Another first look inside the workshop real quick is one of the more beautiful color combos you're going to see on an E39 M5. I think this makes for the 7th E39 M5 in this video. This is a 2002 Lemans blue on caramel with, let's see, 32,000 and change miles. Oh, look at that, 32,222. And this is a one-owner car from the Pacific Northwest. I'll check that out. You don't see many of the StarTAC BMW phones these days. So a lot of people have always asked, you know, what's that antenna in the rear? Well, that's what that is for. This is a really nice, well-preserved car that is going to be going through the full EAG program. We're going to take care of that front bumper and get rid of that bracket and repaint the front end of this one, given how low mileage this car is. It's going to be at a different price point than, say, a driver M5 like the silver 67,000 mile car. You probably remember the Mercedes that we picked up in Indianapolis last week. It's in getting its mechanical inspection. Lapis blue, really cool color. Apparently this is the color to have on these W107 Mercedes. Didn't know that until I checked with a marque specialist that we know and rely on from time to time. This is a 2013 M3 competition package with 10,000 miles repeat visitor that's now going to its second EAG home in Northern California. Congratulations, Mel. You're going to be super happy with this car. Very, very, very nice E92. And do stay tuned for another E92 video coming up with that Astoral Blue individual. That will be probably one of the next videos that we share with you. Walking through the workshop, we've got a repeat customer in for some shock bump stops, and then a Rejuve car, E46 M3 with the subframe out. Kent is going through and doing the subframe reinforcement that is, well, quite commonplace with these cars. They do develop small cracks in this, right in this area. Is this one cracked at all, Kent? Or are we doing this proactively?
The first one is always right here.
Oh,
but this is a proactive car.
Okay, so we've removed the cosmoline in the area to check, and we've not found any cracks.
The second spot is usually around this one.
Uh-huh.
That's more of a...
I see.
There's no crack, it's just marks in the bush.
Good, so we're just doing it proactively. Great, so that's a little sneak peek in the workshop today. A lot of people have asked to see what goes into the Rejuve program, and that's just part of it. Another really cool special car hanging out right there. I'll just leave that at that. So back out front to the car, the subject car of this video, the titanium silver 02 M5 CF91776. Staying on the Rejuve topic, there we go. There is a nice service binder of history on the car going back quite a ways. The car originated out of New York for just a couple years. Then it went to Washington, where I believe we picked the car up from. I think it went to California for a stint and then Washington. EAG picked the car up, sold it to a client in California. It then went, it was about 37,000 miles, went over to Arizona to about 50,000 miles. EAG bought the car again and sold it to another client. Actually, oddly enough, back in Washington State, hence the front license plate we've left on just for fun until we get it up to detail. Purple Merton, I'm guessing, was the vanity plate there. And so now at 67,000 miles, EAG's doing another 7,500 and change. And you know, it's going to be a lot of proactive stuff. We've got a nice service history overview of things that we've done over the years. And then, you know, just a whole lot of update stuff, like we've installed new refinished wheels. We're going to do another alignment. I'm sure we're probably doing a set of tires. Yep, there they are. Headlight adjusters proactive, door vapor barriers proactive. The fuel door, which is real common on these cars, when they do get water sitting in there, they will develop a little bit of rust and corrosion, just like that. And when it's caught early enough, you can keep all of your work inside here as opposed to coming out onto the quarter panel of the paint. When it gets out to here, then you're painting the whole panel, and that's not any fun. If you just stay ahead of it, you won't have that problem. And option-wise, we're M Audio, we're split folding rear seats, we are the lip spoiler, we are park sensors, and yeah, we're a full option car with the rear sunshades too. So this car has every available option for 2002, with the exception of the rear airbags. We've talked about that a couple times in the videos, and there's not an embossment here on the leather, so this was not a rear airbag equipped car. 03s, they became standard. This is what we would call the Rosewood interior trim. The trim is something that we certainly can change out if so desired. It looks pretty good in the straight black sport, and certainly is correct to the build sheet. A lot of clients, though, will have EAG build the car to suit, and I'll walk you over to give you a good example of that on the titanium Silverstone Dynon S1 that we sold. We did update the steering wheel, and I need to unlock that. And the interior trim with the black Euro trim. You can see through the window there. Pretty nice update. Same with that steering wheel, which has been quite a popular one. You'll notice the steering wheel in the Dynon S2 here too. Actually, and the sold other Sterling Gray, we've got the perforated steering wheel as well. So yeah, real popular. We're, I think, out of them at the moment. We're a couple weeks out from getting the next round of them, and we're happy to put those into any of the cars prior to them leaving. And actually, I think we got a brand new steering wheel on the Blue Water. That's right. But the steering wheel on the silver car is actually in really good shape for the mileage, and I did note that when I checked the car in just a couple days ago. For 67K, the steering wheel really is in quite good shape. There's not any big long scratches or anything from getting in and out with something in your pocket. And we're at 67,631. Interior's all original, in really good shape. We've not done our leather conditioning and cleaning. I mean, this car is literally, I think, had one bath since it got here. These are the refinished wheels with the fresh tires. We'll try to update a lot of the visual cosmetic stuff, at least in the capital improvement area, before we take it to the photo studio for a third time. And the heart of the beast, the S62, that is an all-stock car. With the exception of two things. I think we have Dynon Stage 1 software installed, and I believe we have a Dynon shifter that we previously installed for one of the previous Enthusiasts. And outside of that, she's all stock at the moment. We can install some media integration, whether it's Bluetooth or satellite or audio up. I guess the car does have the clear bra too. It's an older one that's not super visually evident in the rain here, but little things like the little baby crack there on the grill. These are the type of things that a lot of places or people probably wouldn't necessarily pick up on or note or spend the money on changing, but that's why it's here, and we're going to spend money till there's pretty much not any money to be spent left, within reason. As I said earlier, we're going to keep the front license plate bracket on for the time being. If it goes to a front license plate state such as New York, that plate bracket is required. New Jersey too, which are two of our larger markets. But the guy that is protecting the door edge and the door buckets or pockets with the clear bra back then, albeit it's showing a little bit of its age, but that's the guy that you want to buy a car from, because you think he missed an oil change. That book in the back says it didn't, and I think the condition of the car speaks pretty clearly to that. If you got a car that's got really good mechanical integrity, chances are cosmetically it's going to be top shape too. And that's a common question we get is like, can you call me when you get a fixer-upper? I want something with really great paint and body, but probably needs some work mechanically. I'm like, well, they're all kind of proportional. If it's got bad one thing, it's probably got bad everything else. That's just been our experience, having had some 9,000+ different M cars at this point, and then being able to buy them back and judge the quality of our own work years after, such as a couple of the cars I've highlighted here today. That's a really big, I'll call it what it is. It's a competitive advantage that EAG has over others, because we've been doing nothing but BMW M cars for the last 2 decades. And we're very, very thankful and blessed to have really great clients that send their cars to us, blind, without ever having visited, to go through EAG's Rejuve program, which I'll try to go over to the Workshop 2.0, which is right under that underpass. And that shop cannot physically fit another single car in it. It is absolutely jam-packed. Finishing off this one take, we've got a new arrival that just hit the website. That's a 2004 M3 Convertible 6-speed with 61,000 miles. Really, really great driver. Kind of the complement to that titanium silver M5. These would actually make a great pair, serving kind of both purposes, fun in the sun and fun little city runaround cruiser. And then, of course, the highway road trip beast that is the E39 M5. I've got another Melbourne Red M3. I think we've got two of these now. The website just hit with another 2011 Melbourne Red DCT with just 10,000 miles. You probably see that on the site now. And then this is a cool one. I'm going to do a full video on this car. This is a really special one, another EAG Repeat Visitor. This is the third time for this car as well. 88, which for the shorter bumpers will denote stock wheels with updated TRX tires. Royal blue metallic, and he didn't drive it too terribly much, but that gives us an idea of when he bought it, which would have been about January of 19. And I think it's got maybe 2,000 miles or so on it, and this gentleman in New York has quite a lot of cars and quite a lot of fun things to enjoy. So he drove the car, had his fun with it, and then called us up and we bought the car back. We're at 92,000 miles, just under. And this is a really great car for the age and the mileage. And look at the driver's seat, for example. Of course, it needs detailed and cleaned up. That is something that it'll get. The car literally just came off the truck this morning, so we got some processing. It looks like the Ohio title is still sitting right there. We're going to obviously get that in the office. I'll check the car in after this video. This is a really, really great M6. I mean, listen to that. Yeah, so here's another first look. I think that, I guess we'll have to go back and count, but maybe about 7 or so new arrivals in this video. Another EAG Rejuve car coming in to go through the workshop and program. So I think that should, oh, you know what? I should probably go drive that the silver M5 and take you for a little ride in that one too. So I guess we'll add that here to the end. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for the support all the years past and future. We're very, very blessed to have great enthusiast clients that take great care of the cars that we sell them. It's a little bit of a sell by interview process. We want to make sure it's the right cars going to the right home and they're going to enjoy it and love it, and it's going to serve them, and make sure that we pair them with the right car. And the M5s certainly, as you can tell, have been quite a popular commodity over the last couple of months. Here with these 4 that are sold and a couple others in other buildings that are just about ready to hit delivery, and got a couple that are on trucks hitting new homes now too. Not much more in the pipeline on the E39 M5s, but we will certainly keep feeding them through the YouTube channel as first looks like this. And again, appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you for the support. Do subscribe. I'd say see ya, but we're going to go do that drive real quick. So let's jump in the car and do just that. First impressions, this is a great M5 still. Just really tight. Does have a slightly shorter throw shifter. I would say it's either a Dynon or maybe a 545. It feels smooth and one of the better ones I will experience. And every button that's supposed to do something, from the climate control to the HVAC to the traction control button, obviously needs pressed and tested and make sure that the car still does exactly what it's supposed to do the way it's supposed to do it. And that's just part of the quick check-in process. Of course, all of these things are going to be gone through by the EAG pit crew at a much more detailed scrutineer-like level. But right when the cars come in, I certainly enjoy doing this because it gives me a good perspective on the car yet again, and helps write the description and of course frame up who would be a good next custodian, enthusiast owner of the cars, as we have a lot of people that certainly are waiting to get the next car that's in the position that they're looking to use the car. And it's hard to find them in good condition that have some miles on them that can be drivers, because most of them just have had a rough life. This one, not so much. As I finish up my initial test drive on this M5, I certainly want to thank everybody for the subscriptions and the support, and do continue to watch for new first look videos like this M5. The channel certainly provided us a really great medium to introduce people to these cars in a different way than what we have historically, and I do appreciate the support, and looking forward to pairing this M5 with its next loving enthusiast owner. Until then, I will be signing off. This is where I get off here. I need to check on the body shop and studio and make sure everything's going according to plan. And well, if you're interested in this M5, you know what to do. See ya.